I'm umomgtarot, and this is your Someone Secretly Wishes You Knew This tarot card reading. Alright, we're going to look using the Golden Universal, and then we'll do a tarot spread. Then we'll do a oracle spread with the astrology oracle cards, figure out who this person is, and yeah, and then that's it. If you'd like your own personal reading, please check out the description, and let's do this. Let's dive in. Alright, so this person secretly wishes you knew this. Secretly wishes Scorpio knew this. Alright, oh my god. Let's talk about the breakup. Let's talk about the end. Let's talk about the ugly end, the one that you still think about. That Ten of Swords, it may have felt like a betrayal, so this could be someone that was very loyal to you at one point, or someone that you were very loyal to, so that's why this would feel like backstabbing. This would feel like a betrayal. Now, who is that comes to mind? Who has done you dirty like this? This is dirty. And that's where we're starting. Secretly wish you knew this, okay? About this ending, about the backstabbing, about the ending, the dramatic ending. Okay, Scorpios do have a lot of ended relationships, but let's get into it, because they're just gonna be like, first of all, that ending, okay? I feel like spiritually, there was some spiritual connotations to it. There was some synchronicity, some driftwood around the time. There are you putting two and two together on a spiritual front, but it feels like it left this person very confused. The Nine of Cups means that I feel like there was like a strong speaking to hunches. Like if you had a hunch that that this person didn't like you, or you had a hunch that this person therefore you had an attitude, or you were always accusing them of, something that you had a feeling about. You're always making problems from things that weren't really real, just based on your emotions, your feelings, or your strong intuition that most of the time doesn't fail you. I feel like this was a thing that they didn't like. This spiritual intuition thing in reverse. I feel like what they believe is this was a self-fulfilling prophecy, like where you believe that there was going to be a reason for this to come to an end, and then it created a situation that made this come to an end. I think that's how they feel about this ending of a situation, because there's a lot of spirituality behind it. There's that also leads to a lesson too, right? So then we have the Justice card, and now we have our first major theme. The Justice card is associated with Libra, and Libra is very indecisive, are they not? But what makes them make a decision? One that's made for them. 10 of Swords. This is about justice. This might even have gone legal at some point. Maybe not, but I think this is mostly about doing what was right and what was fair. And this is beyond how you feel about it, or beyond what you think or what they think or whatever. It's just what's logically the fair thing to do. And I feel like in this situation, both of you feel like maybe someone was unfair, but or maybe even disconnecting was the fair thing, like just walking away, agreeing to disagree, or whatever it is you believed, you were fair to walk away, or they were fair to walk away. But there is some sort of balance in this. Emotional intelligence. Somebody needed to calm that beast. Somebody needed to tame that beast, and they had to endure that for a long time. I feel like someone had to put up with the attitude or bad moods. Somebody had to be emotionally intelligent in order to be around you, and not get their face bitten off. And that's something that they had a lot of pride and compassion about, and that's something that they liked. They liked being resourceful. They liked being challenged. But let's say they got their face bit off. That means they're gone. They got to go to the hospital for a bit, regrow some skin, and that's fair. And apology is fair too, but I'm not going to put that on out there. Your last card is the King of Wands, and this could be initiating some sort of aggression. And this could be manipulative as well, angry and manipulative, so there could have been some of that energy coming from them or you. I say that just because there's Leo here, and so there could have been some of that fiery energy, maybe even misplaced. We see a line here in the background with this King of Wands. It just feels like, you're looking to bite a face off. Someone is, at some point. The King of Wands has a lot of authority and takes the appropriate actions, really well calculated actions. So you know that you know what you did. You know what you did. Maybe you did something underhanded. Maybe they did something underhanded. But it's like their actions were what put the kibosh on everything. And their level of authority affected the way that it was handled. So if, you know, this was your boss, let's say this was your boss, since we have some authority here, it's not like you can retaliate. If they did something underhanded, maybe, you know, they said, hey, we're hiring this person and not that person, and it was fair, but they're your friend, and you're like, what the heck, why didn't you hire me? I'm your friend. It's like, but they were more qualified and we actually really need them for this. And you're like, all right, fair enough. But it's just like, they had the power. They had the power. And, you know, someone's face could have got bitten off. But was it? I think emotional intelligence was exercised overall. But I think that there was an ending here that was like painful. There was an ending here that was very awkward and painful and very clear on that it was an ending. And I feel like it was asserted by the King of Wands energy, the one that takes action, and the one that, you know, normally I think that it might feel like, you know, maybe in a different scenario you exercise a lot of emotional intelligence and compassion, whereas in a similar situation or a different situation, this person didn't exercise emotional intelligence and compassion towards you, leaning towards an imbalance and unfairness, when knowing full well what fairness is, led to a very easy conclusion of, you're backstabbing me, you know better. How is that even fair? Like, there's just no way in any reality that you choosing this person over me when they make double my pay. Or, but I get it, but I don't appreciate it, but I get it. I think it was a falling out that just like, oh, well, of course you fell out. Yeah, this person stole a bunch of funds from me. They were planning on paying it back before I noticed, but like, just the fact that they stole it from me and then they didn't pay it back when I got it back now, but our relationship was never the same. Can't trust. Like, it's like something where something happened and it's like, oh, well then that's that. It's over with then. You know, and they wish that, what do they wish? Because that's what happened. You had a falling out with someone, or somebody put an end to something that felt like the world stopped when they put a stop. But I feel like what they're doing is fair. Now, do you know what this also looks like? It also looks like a situationship where it's like friends with benefits for a long time, and then they put a stop with it when emotions are not being clear. Like, you said that you wouldn't get attached, but you seem like you're doing things where it wouldn't be attached, where you would be attached. So I'm trying to do the fair thing and be emotionally intelligent and compassionate and not act on my impulsiveness, but sometimes I can be a little manipulative. You know, I know I have you wrapped around my finger, hence the king energy. And it might even be a thing where this person cut the cord before. They said, no, we're never going to be in a relationship. That's done. And then they still are nice to you and come around. So you're like, oh, maybe that means they feel bad, or they like realize that what they really mean to me, or what I mean to them, or, you know, and then they never clearly define what exactly they feel, or they take advantage of the unclear feelings, like things that haven't been discussed. But now let's have a look at who we're talking about, because like, you're giving Libra, you're giving Leo, but who is you? Who is you? Handing out the hurt. Well, the first card we have is Pluto, and this planet is associated with Scorpio. So this is your ability to transform, take a big leap forward and rebirth. We sure know that. You're not afraid to deviate from protocol and start anew. You little Zabumafu you. We have Jupiter here, and Jupiter is your confidence, courage, self-belief, and luck. Yeah, this person believes in themselves and they have a high level of confidence. That's why they play games. Or that's why they do what they do. I'm walking away. Last straw. I tried my best. But yes, no, I had to do this. I had to off with her head. Had to cut you off because you weren't acting right. Had to do it. No hard feelings. Had to do it. Jupiter is associated with Sagittarius, and Pisces. And finally, the moon. And this is your unconscious, sensitive, inner emotions and responses. So what this person does is very well thought through. Like, it's like they tolerate, and maybe they have a 3-strike system in their mind. But I feel like maybe they tolerated some spice early on. And overall, there was a long-term observational thing happening, and they know what they can handle. They know it's fair. They know, what balances them out versus what balances you out. They pay attention. They have emotional intelligence. And even if they can handle you, even if they can take the sparring and sometimes the harsh words when you're upset, even if they can handle it, you got to figure, is this person sensitive enough to handle it for a long time, or will they reach wit's end, a breaking point overall, and just be like, you know what, you need somebody who's a little bit more emotionally intelligent than me. I thought I was, but honestly I'm too sensitive. Feels like that. It don't feel malicious. It's like, I tried, I tried. I didn't make it in this relationship. So yeah, be kind, be nice. This isn't saying that you guys are some monsters or anything, but it's like, sometimes you're just like, whatever, because this person's not really responding, and it's like, oh, they don't even care. And then you realize that you're just slowly chipping away at them. And then you're like, wait, if I knew that, I wouldn't have called you a stupid idiot every single day for the last 5 years. You're not a stupid idiot. Yeah, that's dumb. That's a dumb example. But there it is. That's your reading. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Leave a comment, share the video, and if you'd like your own personal reading, please check out the description. There's a link to my website as well as a link to my Etsy shop. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one.